Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to the next episode, this episode of the Supreme Bot tutorial. And in this one, we were going to finish the basic bot, So afterwards, you will be able to cop something using my bot, which is awesome. And it's your bot now, so I'll quit saying my bot because you did it yourself, kind of. And yeah, so that's that. You will be able to cop. And what we do, there are new lines of code. First of all, we have some variables which we declare, where we say buyer name, and then we tell the program our name, where we say buyer telephone number, phone number, and for all of the information which you have to provide on the Supreme checkout page. And then we write the main lines of code where we tell it what to fill out where. So the buyer name we want to be filled out in the buyer name field. So that's the main part of the code, and this of course also there. And then we say write it there. So that's kind of it. Not kind of it. That's it. What we do for this video. It's not such hard. There are no hard concepts to grasp, especially if you understood what we did in the last videos, or understand it still. So yeah, enjoy it. So open up Sublime Text, and I will show you the new lines of code. So this is these are the new lines of code, the ones which are important, or I will tell you how they work, and they're also important right here, but they're pretty simple. There's no explanation needed really for them, only for why they are here. So these are the variables, and they contain the information which we want to be written down on the checkout page. So for email, the email; for telephone number, the telephone number, and all of this stuff, And it's programmed in a way that we say order billing name equals driver.findElementById order billing name. So what we do is we look for elements by ID. What that means, I will show you right now. So comment that code so it doesn't run it. Because I wouldn't care if it would run, but anyways, let's just run the bot as it is for you also, because if you're just watching this and you're at the stage of the last video, then this is how the bot is working for you. Now what I did is I clicked on view source code, and when you check out the source code, you're going to be able to see that the ID of this label or whatever is order billing name. So that's what I did for all of them. So as you can see, when I press here, it says order email is the ID of this one. So quit this and make it look normal. Now you can see order email, order billing name are the two things that I've entered, because those are the IDs of the things we need. And then what I did is we kind of declare a variable right here. So we say order billing name equals what the driver finds by ID, blah, blah, blah. And then what we do is tell it order billing name, send keys. So this means write down, and then I say buyer name. And this is a variable, but the program knows it, and it just looks up here for buyer name, in this case Supreme Buyer, and it will write down Supreme Buyer. For the telephone number, the same thing, look for order telephone number, send keys, buyer telephone number. This is just how I called it, So, and then here, further down, it's the same logic as in the when you select sizes. Because when you select sizes, you also say select driver find element by ID, card type, and then select by visible text. This is the same code we use for selecting a size. And that's about it. Only thing which I might also tell you is here I define order terms as driver find element by ID order terms, and I tell it order terms click. You can also write it in one line. This is kind of unnecessary, but this is how I've done it for this video, so let's run the script and see what it does. So we have all of the things here, only the CVV is not here. So this is what you will have to enter on your own. So I will show you what I mean. If you don't know what CVV is right now, this is CVV. So it checks out by itself. It does everything. It even ticks this one off. But here you should enter it yourself. Because if you don't enter it yourself, Supreme might find out you're using a bot. I hope you enjoyed it. That's it for the basic stuff. Like now you should even know how to make your own, for example, Palace board or whatever website you want to cop on. Maybe you have some other things you want to do with the informations you have gathered. Else if I hope you still enjoyed it. So also tell your mama that she doesn't have to learn coding in order to get some money buying from Supreme. I'm going to make the non-coders version of, like, the people who don't care about coding at all. They can watch a 10-minute video or something like that. That's the goal, where everything is explained, how to install the necessary components, and I don't go in depth on what it actually means. I'll just go in depth on what informations you have to change in order to achieve your goal. You know, that's all I'm going to do, and I will write it very user-friendly, the code, so a lot of variables which link to stuff, and yeah, that's it. Yep. Yeah.